Trojan War, a legendary conflict from ancient Greek mythology, is traditionally dated to the 13th century BC, though its historical accuracy is debated. The war is most famously recounted in Homer's epic poem, the Iliad, and has been a subject of fascination and inspiration in Western literature and art for millennia.
Origins of the war. The war is said to have begun with the abduction or elopement of Helen, the wife of Menelaus, king of Sparta, by Paris, a prince of Troy. This event was triggered by the famous Judgment of Paris, where Paris awarded a golden apple to the goddess Aphrodite, who promised him the love of the most beautiful woman in the world, Helen. Helen's abduction led to the Greeks, under the leadership of Agamemnon, Menelaus's brother and king of Mycenae, launching a massive expedition to retrieve her and punish Troy.
The Greek and Trojan sides. Greek allies. The Greek forces consisted of many heroes and kings from various city-states, including Achilles, Odysseus, Ajax, and Nestor. They sailed to Troy in a fleet of over 1,000 ships. Trojan allies. The Trojans were led by King Priam, with his sons Hector and Paris being key figures. The Trojans were also supported by allies from various regions, such as the Amazons and Ethiopians.
The war itself. The war lasted 10 years, with many heroic battles and duels. Achilles' rage. Central to the Iliad is the anger of Achilles, the greatest Greek warrior, who withdraws from the battle after a dispute with Agamemnon. His absence leads to Greek losses, culminating in the death of Patroclus, Achilles' close companion, at the hands of Hector. Hector's death. Achilles, enraged by Patroclus' death, returns to battle and kills Hector, dragging his body around the walls of Troy in a display of grief and rage.
The Trojan Horse. The war is said to have ended with the Greeks using a cunning strategy to enter the city. They built a large wooden horse and hid a select group of warriors inside. The Trojans, believing it was a gift and a sign of Greek retreat, brought the horse inside their city walls. That night, the Greek soldiers emerged from the horse, opened the gates for the rest of the Greek army, and Troy was sacked.
Aftermath. The city of Troy was destroyed, and its people either killed or enslaved. Helen was returned to Sparta with Menelaus. The war also set the stage for the epic journeys of several Greek heroes, including Odysseus, whose return home is recounted in Homer's Odyssey.
Historical context. While the story of the Trojan War is mythological, some historians believe it may have been inspired by real events, possibly a conflict in the late Bronze Age, around the 12th or 13th century BC. The ancient city of Troy, identified with the site of Hisarlik in modern-day Turkey, shows evidence of destruction, possibly by war, which some have linked to the Trojan War legend. However, the exact nature and historical truth of the war remain elusive, blending myth, legend, and potential historical fact into one of the most enduring stories of ancient times.
The Trojan War, while a mythological tale, offers several timeless lessons that are still relevant for modern-day people. The consequences of pride and ego. The war was triggered by a combination of pride and personal ego. Paris's decision to take Helen and the Greeks' determination to restore their honor. This teaches the importance of humility and the dangers of letting pride dictate actions.
The dangers of deception. The use of the Trojan Horse as a deceptive tactic reminds us that dishonesty, even when successful in the short term, often leads to long-term consequences. It underscores the importance of integrity in our actions. The cost of conflict. The Trojan War led to immense suffering, destruction, and loss of life, highlighting the devastating impact of prolonged conflict. It serves as a reminder of the value of diplomacy, understanding, and peaceful resolutions in resolving disputes. The role of faith and choice. Characters in the Trojan War often struggle with their faith and the choices they make. This reflects the ongoing human tension between destiny and free will, teaching us the importance of making thoughtful and ethical decisions, even when faced with difficult circumstances.
The impact of leadership. The war illustrates both good and bad leadership. Leaders like Agamemnon and Priam make decisions that affect entire nations, emphasizing the responsibility that comes with leadership and the impact of those decisions on people's lives.
The power of resilience. Despite the hardships, many characters in the Trojan War, like Odysseus and Hector, demonstrate resilience and perseverance. This teaches the value of persistence and determination in the face of adversity. These lessons, drawn from an ancient story, continue to resonate in our modern lives, offering guidance on how to navigate personal, social, and global challenges. Thank you for watching the video, The Trojan War, provided by History and Current Events. This is Sarah, Lily, Gina, Brian, and Tony have contributed so far as narrators. Thank you so much.